Hey guys, we're going to start today's class in a seated position. If you have tight hips like mine, use a pillow or a blanket to lift your hips up so you're not straining your lower back. Today's class focuses on shoulders, upper back, and neck. Once you're comfortable, take your hands to your knees. We're going to do some really big shoulder rolls. So taking your shoulders up to the ear, pinching your shoulder blades behind you and dropping them down your back. Making really conscious and slow movements. And then reverse directions, rolling your shoulders forward. Great job. And then take your fingertips to your shoulders. Bring your elbows together in front of you to kiss. And then release them and bring them up overhead. See if you can get your wrists towards each other behind you. And then drop your shoulders down to your side, your elbows down to the side, and bring them back together to kiss in front. So we're making really big circles with our shoulders. Trying to bring our elbows together in front and our wrists together in back. It's okay if they don't actually make it together. And then switch directions. So bringing those wrists together and back, up, forward. And again, elbows to kiss in front. Being very conscious to make these large movements. And then release your arms down to your side. Walk your fingers a little bit behind you so you can lift your chest up high. And then drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And crawl your left fingertips back a little bit further behind you. Drop your chin and your gaze over to the right side. Moving the head stretch a little bit further to the left side of your neck. And then bringing the gaze and the head upright. Left fingers crawling back into alignment with the right. Drop your left ear to your left shoulder. And then crawl your right fingertips out long. Drop your chin and your gaze over to the left. Moving the stretch a little bit further to the back of the neck. And then coming upright, bringing your hands back to your sides, we're going to interlace our fingers and place them behind our head. So think of your arms almost like a butterfly. We're going to kind of flap our wings as we do a modified cat-cow. So on an exhale, you're going to see that spine, tuck the tailbone under, and bring the elbows a little bit closer together. We don't want to pull on our neck, so just a gentle coming together. And then on an inhale, pull that chest through, open the shoulders wide, lifting your chest toward the sky. Take a couple of those, moving at your own pace. On the exhales, seeing that spine. And on your inhales, pulling the chest through really big. Great job. And then release those hands. Inhale your arms up to the sky. Take your left hand behind you, your right hand to your left knee. Sit up nice and tall, and then on an exhale, twist and look over your left shoulder. Coming back to center, take your left hand to your side, maybe even come down to your forearm, and then inhale your right arm up and overhead. Remembering to ground through the hips so that you can feel stretch all the way from your hips up through your fingertips. And then bringing your right hand up and out to your side. Take your left hand, coming upright, left hand to the right ear, and gently pull, not pull, weight on your head. Press through that right hand like you're pressing into an imaginary wall at your side. Take your right hand behind you elongate that stretch along the side of your neck. Releasing both hands out wide like a T and reach them forward, crawling as far forward as you can. Going only to where it feels good for you. And then crawling those hands back up. Switch which leg is in front. We're going to inhale those arms up to the sky. This time take your right hand behind you and your left hand to your right knee. On an inhale, sit up really tall, and then on an exhale, twist and look over your right shoulder. This is a really great spinal twist. Coming back to center. Take your right hand down to the mat, or maybe even go down to your forearm, and inhale that left arm up and over. Remembering to stay grounded through your left hip. Reach those left fingers really long. See if you can create some space between your ribs. On an inhale, press your left hand out to your side into that imaginary wall. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder and take your right hand onto your left ear to add just a little bit of weight to the stretch. It can feel really good to drop your hand down lower to the mat and bring it back up. Just adding a little movement. Then take your left hand behind you, wrapping it around to your right side, maybe even. Release both arms, bring them out wide and long like a T, and then crawl them all the way forward. This time, roll over your knees and come into a tabletop position. We're going to thread the needle, so inhale your right arm up to the sky really big, and then on an exhale, come in between your left hand and your left knee, reaching as far out to your left as you can before coming down to lie on your right shoulder and right temple. A couple of variations you can take is to extend your left arm out long, or you can press into your left hand in the mat, really increasing that stretch between the shoulder blades. And you can try extending your left foot out long, straightening through that leg and feeling a stretch all the way through the side of your body. Whichever variation you took, slowly coming back out of it the way you went in. Inhaling and de-threading that needle, right hand coming all the way up to the sky. Bring it down to the mat, and then inhale the left arm up to the sky. Thread that needle coming in between the right hand and right knee, reaching as far out to the right as you can, before coming down to lie on your left shoulder and left temple. Take whichever variation you took on the opposite side. We're looking for symmetry here. And then coming out the same way you went in. Maybe stepping your right foot back in. Press into that right hand, de-thread the needle. Left arm comes up to the sky before bringing it down to the mat. Just back on your heels, come to a seated position, hands to heart center, eyes are closed. I want to thank you for taking this time to practice with me. I hope your back feels a little bit of relief and that you have a wonderful day. Namaste.